Hey everyone, it's SniperKH, and welcome to the 6th and final Grandmaster guide for Season of Plunder. Today we're going to be covering the Devil's Lair, which is arguably the easiest and most farmable GM available this season. While this GM is easy, there are some areas that can be rough, but with today's guide we're going to make these areas significantly easier. With that being said, let's get to it. Let's cover loadouts first. To have a smooth ride through this strike, you'll need to cover all 3 elemental shields and anti-barrier and overload champs. While that may seem like a lot, it's actually not that bad. Similarly to most weeks this season, we're going to have players 1 and 2 run identical loadouts. For primaries, run either Arbalest or an anti-barrier scout rifle for barrier champs. For secondary, run a legendary or exotic void or solar bow for overload champs. And for your heavy, run either Storm Chaser or an arc rocket launcher to take advantage of the arc burn the strike offers. For player 3, run either a blinding grenade launcher or an anti-barrier scout rifle. For your secondary, run either Divinity for overload champs with the 30% damage debuff or an arc scout rifle for anti-barrier. And for your heavy, run either Storm Chaser or Galahorn. For subclasses, you can get away with a lot of different options, with the main ones I recommend being Arc Titan, Void or Stasis Hunter, and Well or Stasis Warlock. Finally, use Thermo, Shock Plating, Concussive Dampener, and Sniper Resistance to take less damage from all sources in this GM. With that being said, let's get into it. When starting this strike off, have your team run off to the left side and stay on the left side until you reach the final area where you'll run into some hive and fallen enemies. Your team only needs to kill the overload champ here, so kill it and just move on if you're running an Invis Hunter. If not, clear out enough ads to safely get to the door, then run to the load zone. Once you make it to the next area, clear out the ads, then kill the barrier knight on the opposite side of the room from where you entered. From there, go down the stairs and clear out the ads in this area, which includes some acolytes, a wizard, some dregs, and an overload captain. From there, head into the next room and kill all the ads in that room. Once all ads in the area are dead, have your team position yourself either on the balcony by the exit or in the little crater area off to the right side of the room. Have one player go scan the object and proceed to kill the ads that spawn. You'll get wave after wave of ads, which will consist of some dregs, vandal snipers, and overload champions, and will evolve into those ads with some thrall, acolytes, and barrier knights. In between each wave, you'll have some shanks to kill, so kill them to continue on with this area. In the final wave, you'll have an overload champion that will need to be killed, and once it's dead and all ads are dead, you can move on. When you get past the lasers, kill the fallen in this area and move on to the outside low zone. This is arguably the hardest part of the GM, but it's easy if your team can stay aware of what's going on. To begin, kill the ads that are on top and in the building in front of you, then focus on the ads to your left. Your team will then want to take out the 2 brigs in this area while being mindful of the middle ads and skiff. Once both brigs are dead, kill the middle ads including the ones below you, and then take out the snipers by the spider tank, then focus on the spider tank. Be mindful of the skiffs that will appear every now and then throughout this area, as the skiffs will absolutely body your team if you're not careful. Once the spider tank and all ads are dead, move on to the final boss. Once you make it to the final boss, clear out the ads here, which includes an overload champion, then have your team run over to this little room to the left side of where you entered. When all ads are dead, the boss will become vulnerable, in which your team should then focus the boss until the boss goes immune. Once the boss goes immune, kill all ads, then focus your attention to the servitors protecting the boss. Then focus the boss again until he goes immune. Once he goes immune, focus ads, which will also feature 2 overload champs, so then kill them and then get finishers. Once all ads are dead and the boss becomes vulnerable again, melt the boss for an easy completion of the Devil's Lair GM. I hope you found this guide useful. If you did, consider dropping a like and subscribing for more Destiny content dropping every week. If you need a guide for any of the other GMs this season, then I've left a link to a playlist with all my guides in the description below, so head down there for that if need be. This week is also the last week to get Silicon Neuroma, so be sure to go grind that out if you need one. If you don't know what roles to go for, I'll be sure to leave a link to my video covering it in the description below. If you need help with the GM or you want to farm it, I stream here on YouTube every weekday and would be more than happy to help, so stop by if you need it. Finally, be sure to follow me on my social media platforms, all linked in the description below. With that being said, I'm SniperKH and I'm out. Good luck with gaming.